Sometimes a movie doesn't just capture the era, it becomes the mirror that the era is too scared to look into. Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights isn't just a story about the adult film industry, it's about fame, family, and the kind of validation that burns bright enough to blind you. So let's take a trip back to the 1970s where the lights are warm, the nights are long, and the camera never stops rolling. So we open with the energy of a heartbeat because the music is pounding. You got neon lights pulsing. PTA introduces everyone in a single unbroken take. That's pure cinematic showmanship. We meet Eddie Adams, a busboy who believes that he is destined for more, and he's discovered by Jack Horner, a porn director who sees potential, maybe too much, in this kid's natural confidence. That 70s setting isn't just decoration, it's utopia before the fall. It's time when the industry still believed that the film was an art, when the camera was a dream machine and every close-up felt like immortality. What PTA does brilliantly is give us the illusion of success. Everyone's smiling, everyone's dancing, but the undercurrent is already there. You've got that ego, you've got that envy, and the myth that love and fame can share the same bed. Now, for a while, Boogie Nights plays like a hangout movie. When I was first watching this the other night, I was noticing how Jack's sets become this found, footage type of family show. Amber Waves, the mother figure with a broken heart. You got Roller Girl, who's looking for connection. Reed Rothschild, Dirk's, eager sidekick, who's kind of his partner in crime. Of course, Dirk Diggler himself, who's rising fast, recording music, shooting hits, building a legend for himself. PTA directs this sexual infectious joy, the tracking shots, everything feels possible. It's the American dream refracted through disco lights and this industry. But beneath the glitter, something's off. The hugs are real, but the love is kind of conditional. Everyone's high on being seen, and everyone realizes how fragile the spotlight really is. When the 80s then arrive midway through the film, it then turns cold with a crazy opening scene right before it even hits the 80s. The colors desaturate, the music slows, and the world forgets its dreamers. The industry shifts to videotape. It's cheap, fast, and impersonal. And the family splinters of Dirk's ego starts exploding. Jack loses his artistry, Amber loses custody, and everyone chases something that doesn't really exist anymore. This is where PTA shows his genius because he doesn't moralize, he more just kind of observes this age. Addiction, insecurity, humiliation, they're not lessons learned per se. They are, consequences about crashing in validation and how sometimes what you want and that dream doesn't love you back. It's PTA at his most Kubrickian. It's very absurd, terrifying, and hilarious all the same with the way that he films this. You feel the walls closing in, the rhythm slowing, and the dream dying in real time, and it's kind of sad. But we do get to a hell of an aftermath. This is what makes Boogie Nights really human. Amid the chaos, PTA gives us grace. By the end, everyone crawls back, not to fame, but to each other. Jack's house becomes home again. Dirk apologizes, Amber forgives. It's messy, fragile, and beautiful. And that final scene of the mirror, the monologue, the "you're a star," it's not triumph, it's survival. Dirk's looking for validation one last time, and the tragedy is he'll never stop needing it. Now let's talk filmmaking. The cinematography is so well made. Robert Elswood, I believe his name is, did this. Every long take is a heartbeat. Every slow zoom feels like it's, got some empathy to it. PTA uses motion to make you feel the rise and fall of the dream. The editing and rhythm shifts with the decades are very fluid with the 70s and not so much with the 80s. The soundtrack and the needle drops are all perfect. The tone that PTA juggles here between comedy and tragedy is something that few directors ever can pull off. You laugh until it hurts, and then you realize it always did hurt. Dirk Diggler isn't a parody, he is a symptom. He wants to be loved, to be seen, to matter, and that's kind of what this whole movie's about. And in a world built on performance, that hunger becomes both his power and his poison. Then you got Jack Horner, who's a surrogate father in this situation, believes that he is making art, not exploitation, but that delusion kind of keeps him from seeing the damage done around him. Amber Waves may be the heart of the film. She's maternal, kind, and broken, and the system then chews her up, but her humanity survives. Reed Rothschild and Roller Girl symbolize, that Arrested Development type of forever chasing youth because the world only loved them when they were young. And you've got themes of the American dream, but they're kind of redressed. Boogie Nights isn't about porn, it's about Americana. A country obsessed with being watched, validated, adored. PTA just kind of chose this one industry to be, that's honest enough about it. At least to admit it. And it's the myth of success told through people who sold pleasure for survival. And it's brilliant because it never really laughs at them. It grieves for them. The family they built wasn't fake. It just wasn't built to last. And this film does have a legacy, even though I've never seen it until recently. I want to go through a bunch of his older movies, especially as of recent. Boogie Nights, when it dropped, Paul Thomas Anderson was only 27 years old. This was his breakout, his statement, his manifesto, and you can see that the seeds of everything he do with, There Will Be Blood's ambition, Licorice Pizza's nostalgia. Even though I'm not a biggest fan of Licorice Pizza, it's still there. This film is, still feels dangerous because it's, got a lot of personal take in that, right? For me, I think Boogie Nights is a hell of a film. I think it's a masterclass in empathy, performance, and the American illusion. It's a movie that seduces you with style, then it breaks your heart with truth. PTA doesn't condemn his characters, he understands them, and that is why, even in all the chaos, Boogie Nights feels like home. So with that, have you guys seen Boogie Nights? Are you going to go watch it now like I made this video? And if you have seen it, what does it mean to you? Was it a comedy, a tragedy, or both? Drop your take below, hit like and subscribe for more Pixel and Popcorn deep dives. Next week I will be revisiting you guys. Got some ones in the chamber, thinking about rewatching something, or maybe getting something new that I haven't seen. And with that, remember, you're always going to be a star. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
You want... No, wait. What's that build up?